Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today, we have a brand new scholar confinement story. It's called The Priest. Also, if you would like, there is a scholar confinement Discord that I'll link down in the description. Go ahead and join it if you want to hunt some myths together and do some events. Any story with scholar confinement in the title is a part of the scholar confinement lore. Disclaimer: the story is not real and is made up for entertainment purposes only. Hi, my name is Ronan. I've been on Roblox for 3 years. Something strange happened today, and I'd like to address it. I had no Robux, and I never did, but I went to a random game, and there was a sign in the ground that said, "Are you poor? Well then why don't you come on down to Scholar Confinement? Apply today." Yeah, so apparently people have been saying that someone named Jed or Mr. Gabelschmar has been asking developers if they could put advertisements in their game. I searched Scholar Confinement in games, and wouldn't you know it, there was a game called Scholar Confinement, and it was made by Mr. Gabelschmar. So I joined the game, of course, because I don't have any Robux. When I loaded in, there was a building that was locked inside it. Inside, there was a woman at a booth accepting applications, I guess. So I looked around and eventually found a blank pile of applications. I looked through it. There was something very off about this whole thing. They were being too nice about this job. Like, they were going to sell my soul to the devil or something without me knowing. That's how suspicious this seemed. One question on the application was, "Do you agree to stay at Scholar Confinement for a long time?" I said yes, since it's literally free Robux, I guess. Another suspicious question was, "Would you be comfortable working for your own food?" I said yes, because adults have to do that all the time. Why would they ask that question? That's just common sense. You don't need to ask a yes or no question for that kind of stuff. I signed the application and I gave it to the woman at the booth. She looked over it, and she gave it back to me, then saying, "You're hired." She then told me to walk down the big dark hall that's on the opposite side of the entrance. It was easy to see, so I walked down the hall. On my way there, I threw away my application. Once I walked deep into the hallway, I was teleported to a different game. This game was called the Skull Mines. The game was just a big cave that seemed endless with depressing looking players. I just got to work and used the pickaxe tool in my inventory to start mining the rocks. Once you mined the rocks, you would then put the minerals or metals in a wheelbarrow. I took the wheelbarrow and walked up to the man standing in another booth. He was inspecting the minerals and gems that people gave him. Then he would give them Robux after inspecting them. I ran up there knowing this was free Robux. I gave the man my metals and he gave me back 5 Robux. Well, I guess I gotta grind if I want a lot. While working, I noticed that my body was getting skinnier. I shrugged it off. I was working down in the skull mines, being happier than ever. Then a player walked up to me saying, "You made a mistake coming here." I told him to go away, and he did. I noticed something while working. There was a man who would walk around not doing his job. Then I noticed that there was a name tag over his head saying Overseer. Does this mean I was a slave? I don't know, but I just continued working. The man was named Mr. Gabelschmar, and he was the developer of the game. After like 5 minutes, he left the game. I also left the game curious where he went. Anyone could join his game, so I waited until he joined one. He joined a game called Petey's Church. I had no idea what religion this was, but I joined his game. The game was a church that was small. There was a player named Gromice, who was the priest, I guess. Mr. Gabelschmar was wearing a very creepy avatar. He was wearing a Wendigo skull, a black tuxedo, a black and white fedora, and a black and white tie. The priest started speaking. Who will come up to dip their feet in the fiery goblet? I would be pleased to, Gromice. I would be pleased to, Gromice. Come up here then. What happened next was strange. Mr. Gabelschmar put his foot in the goblet. Then he disappeared. Gromice was the strangest man I've ever seen. The end. That is it for this story. I hope you liked it. If you want to, go ahead and subscribe and join the Discord. But anyways, I'll be seeing you all later. Goodbye.